In the news tonight, some Barbadians share their proposals as the Ideas Forum got underway in St. Lucie. Repairs to the road damaged during the passage of Hurricane Beryl almost complete. The heroic efforts of 2 men prevent a house fire.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom. Thank you so much for tuning in. In our top story tonight, government has provided a platform for Barbadians to share their ideas on making Barbados better. This platform, called the Ideas Forum, will be in effect through the Regathering in 2025 initiative. The first Ideas Forum kicked off at the Darrell Jordan School in St. Lucie last night. Rachel Agard has that story.
Natural gas, give-back programs, better transportation, a private-public partnership framework, improved access to water, and a shopping centre. These are some of the ideas put forward by residents of St. Lucie to enhance the island's northern parish. Prime Minister Mia Motley tells residents during the Ideas Forum that in many instances things are being done and the government will meet residents halfway on a number of the ideas mentioned.
The tone that you have set here this evening and the ability for ministers and MPs to sit down and listen and to be able to take away ideas, some that immediately can be implemented, some that need further study, and some that we may have to have discussions on, and we may or may not be able to do it. But this is what having a strong, inclusive democracy is about. And it could not happen if you didn't believe it enough to come out of your houses and be here tonight. So I thank you, I commend you, and may this be a way that continues to inspire all of us that we can do better, because we are always stronger together.
Prime Minister Motley says the Ideas Forum is government's chance to be able to broaden the spectrum of who gets a say and how the country is built out.
We felt that for the regathering year that we wanted to give the average citizens the opportunity truly to pretend as if, or to be as if they were the ones going into government and trying to make Barbados a better place. How do you let people sleep easier when the night comes? How do you get basic things working better in this country? How do we change people's relationships with each other? How do we work with each other differently? And therefore, for us as members of the executive, members of parliament, we are here pretty much to listen.
Member of Parliament for St. Lucie, Peter Phillips, has acknowledged some of the ideas put forth by his constituents, and he says he has every confidence that the government will execute that which is necessary to develop the northern parish.
When you have the opportunity, when the Prime Minister is here, you have the opportunity to speak to the Prime Minister, say what you have to say. Do not take it or believe that it is a judgment on me as the Member of Parliament. You are supporting the ideas and those things which we raise at the level of government. And I thank you for doing that tonight, where the Cabinet, Prime Minister herself, has heard, and we will work on those matters.
The next Ideas Forum will be held in the parish of St. Peter during their month-long celebration of Regathering 2025. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
The damage caused by Hurricane Beryl to the road at Six Men's in St. Peter is almost fixed. This as authorities also announced that remedial work is underway in the north of the island where the coastal road was damaged. And Esther Henry has that report.
Built to enhance road stability and coastal protection, the road edge at Six Men's St. Peter, which was partially damaged during the passing of Hurricane Beryl last year, is 95% completed. The restoration provides safe access to road users, as well as fisher folk who haul their boats in the area. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Transport and Works Santia Bradshaw, who visited the site to view the progress firsthand, said a mass gravity retaining concrete system comprising interlocking Lego blocks and boulders was designed and constructed. In addition to rebuilding the road edge, a sidewalk was added at the level of the reinstated road to facilitate pedestrians and the hauling of boats.
It's not visible to the eye, but we know that substantial work was done in order to be able to excavate the area and to place the Lego blocks so that the road could be properly secured. And as you can see now, the road now is able to allow two-way traffic once again. Normally, you would see the Lego blocks above the surface. We've used the Lego blocks, for instance, at Vaughan's Road as well. But in this particular case, we've had to strike the balance between the fishing community, who needs to obviously have access to the beach to be able to continue to earn a living. It's no, mystery that they have been severely impacted by the effects of the last system and are still recovering. And so our design and our approach to this particular area has had to take into account that we have to ensure and to preserve the fishing community while at the same time bringing the necessary rehabilitation back to this area as well.
Ms. Bradshaw says residents and businesses in the community are pleased to be able to fully access the area as well as to generate economic activity.
I can tell that some of them still require a bit of improvements to their structures, and I believe that that is an ongoing process. But what we've been able to do is to get the road open back up.
The Deputy Prime Minister also reveals that remedial work is on the way for Sand Street in St. Peter and Sherman's in St. Lucie, where there have been damage to the coastal road edge during the passing of Hurricane Beryl. Ms. Bradshaw says the designs for both areas have been approved.
And we should be in a position, once the tendering process has taken place, to be able to action those works. So going into the next hurricane season, I think we are safely in a position to say that all of the areas that we have had the greatest impact from Hurricane Beryl, we would be able to have restored those areas to their original condition with a view to being able to minimize the impact from other systems in the future as well.
Supervisory Engineer Darius Cumberbatch from Professional Engineering Services says the remedial work started during the first week of December 2024.
I must say the team, the contractors team, worked quite tirelessly to get the work done. Once we started, I'm quite satisfied with what has been done here. The minor works to be completed outside of the rehabilitation section, but those should be completed in no time. I suspect the next 2 to 3 days.
Professional Engineering Services will also be working on the Sand Street and Sherman's projects. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
The Accident and Emergency Department is currently experiencing a significant increase in patients. QEH Communications Specialist Shane Seeley says this is mainly due to a rise in respiratory tract infections and post-Christmas cases from those with non-communicable diseases. And he advises those seeking care at the hospital's AED department that they may experience longer waiting times.
As the medical teams there work to manage this surge, we encourage patients to contact the Patient Advice and Liaison Service, PALS, or Help Desk at 536-4800. It is available through regular or WhatsApp calls from 7 in the morning to 12 midnight for an initial assessment and guidance on the next steps for treatment. Additionally, patients may seek care at the 24-hour clinic at Winston's Court Polyclinic, Gemmetts Lane, St. Michael, or you can consult your private medical physician. Life-threatening conditions will continue to be treated immediately under the Accident and Emergency Department's triage system.
Police are continuing investigations into a fatal shooting which occurred last night. According to a statement issued by the Police Communications and Public Affairs Officer, Inspector Rodney Innes, 28-year-old Adio Omari Pyle Agard of Ulster Road, Lower Grisettes, St. Michael, was shot and killed at Ashford Road in St. Thomas. Police responded to reports of the incident around 9 p.m. Pyle Agard was reportedly shot by one assailant who fled the scene. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, says all Barbadians have a role to play in helping to keep the crime situation under control. He says a look at what is happening in neighboring Caribbean countries shows crime has the potential to disrupt economies. He made the point while speaking at the bank's review of Barbados' economic performance for 2024.
Look at Trinidad, state of emergency, our sister country over there. Look at our brothers in Jamaica. They've done a lot of economic reforms. They've done a lot, but they still have like a barrier to pass in terms of reforms going down. because of the crime, right? So anywhere you find crime is going to disrupt economic activity. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So we all got to do our part in terms of keeping Barbados as a safe place to invest and a safe place to travel to and a safe place to come and live.
Barbados now has a groundbreaking initiative aimed at elevating Barbadian culture to the international stage while using music as a tool to combat crime. This is the Cultural Expansion Program, which is receiving $1 million in funding secured from Grabba Dabba Doo, a successful USA-based tobacco company. Minister in the Prime Minister's Office with responsibility for culture, Senator Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight, is applauding the group of young men embarking on the initiative, which will complement what government is already doing.
And as you've heard, offering free support to develop artists, young artists. When I talk to these young men about their idea as well, and you've heard it, this is really about reaching young people who would otherwise see themselves as not being able to get involved because they don't have the resources, because they don't have it all together, because nobody else has reached out to them in the way that they can. And this, therefore, allows us to unearth new talent in Barbados in a more generic and in a way that really kind of reach young people where they are.
The Cultural Expansion Program's Director of Marketing, Mario Arthur, says it entails free music production, songwriting and video creation services for selected individuals, supported by industry professionals, and marketing partnerships to propel local talent globally, as well as other opportunities.
To get involved in the program, we will have forms available online. You could submit through the email processing. We also have talent managers like Popular Pompidou, he's one of the talent managers. BIM Got Talent is also one of the talent managers. We have on board one of the best videographers in Barbados who won awards in 2017 for the best music video of the year in the entire Caribbean. Is on board like Scenes Entourage. We have graphic designers, graphic artists, PR representatives on board. It's a total of 4 videographers, 4 producers, 1 international, 3 songwriters, and the marketing team. So where culture evolves, crime dissolves, and that is our aim and that is our goal, to push culture on an international level through the music, through movies, and through animations as well. We want to do something different.
Coming up, Q in the Community, we'll tell you about the plan for regathering. Well, the Q family painted Checker Hall in St. Lucie green this evening as they gathered for the weekly Q in the Community. The Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation's marketing specialist, Nicole Collins, says they are looking forward to hosting many more Q in the Community events under the We Gathering 2025 initiative. And she extends a special invitation to all Barbadians to attend a special Q in the Community on Saturday at Hayman's Market, decked in their lime green. This event will kick off St. Peter's month-long celebrations for Regathering 2025 under the theme Heritage.
Our schedule for 2025 was fully booked from September 2024, and we're fully booked right now. We've actually started to take bookings for 2026. To say that there will be a queue at CBC, I don't think we have the space on the calendar for a queue at CBC this year, because the demand for queue in the community has risen, and with the regathering, we will now have we're seeing even more requests. And the way our team has decided to mitigate this is to offer the parish organizing committees Saturday queues so that they too can be part of queue in the community, and as I said before, bring the magic of queue to communities across Barbados.
The Anglican Church of Barbados yesterday celebrated the bicentenary of the arrival of the island's first bishop, the Right Reverend William Hart Coleridge. In 1824, he was consecrated Bishop of Barbados and the Leewards, and later arrived in the island on January 29, 1825. A procession through Bridgetown and Holy Eucharist was held at the Cathedral Church of St. Michael and All Angels to mark the occasion. Anglican Bishop of Barbados, the Right Reverend Michael Maxwell, says though Coleridge's tenure coincided with a significant period in Caribbean history, his presence signaled a new beginning.
In the advent of Barbados and the Leeward Islands becoming a diocese, and the new prelate, who was born on June 17, 1789, only 34 years of age at the time of his arrival, God prepares a way for the transformation of the church's mission and ministry on this island. Through a new representation and missional focus, Coleridge sought to do as our God has said he would do in today's Old Testament reading from the book of Ezekiel and chapter 34. He searched for God's sheep and sought them out. He rescued them from all the places to which they have been scattered on the day of clouds and thick darknesses.
Barbadians are being given the opportunity to learn about different aspects of music production from conception to distribution. This is being made possible through the 2025 Destiny Entertainment Agency Music Seminar, which will be held at the St. Gabriel's School Auditorium on Saturday, February 1st. Chief Executive Officer of Destiny Entertainment Agency, Mike Cummins, says the objective of the seminar is to get nationals to understand that in order for local music to get to an international level, songwriters have to step up their game.
A lot of the songs that are coming out of Barbados nowadays are just having 2 and 3 chords, and there's not enough movement in the songs, and because of that, the songs do not last very long. But if you want to produce classic songs, you have to produce songs with good chord progressions, and we need to make people aware.
Mr. Cummins says registration for the seminar, themed Phase to Phase, is online at entertainment.com or at the St. Gabriel's School Auditorium on Saturday.
It's for adults, it's for juniors, it's for people who write songs, people who just have an interest in music. It's for anybody. There will be something there that anybody can learn from. And what we really want to do is to teach in such a way that you could take that same information and teach it to other people, so that we will continue progressing and help with the younger generation, because that is the most important thing right now. Make sure that our younger generation that are coming up, that they're able to write songs and write songs intelligently, and we don't have to always go back to the usual smut and so on to produce good music.
The heroic efforts of men from the community prevented a house fire in Barbaries Garden, St. Michael, earlier this week. Mark Brooms was among those who sprung into action to assist. He says he entered the house in a bid to restrict the fire.
The house was already open up, so I just running, snatch out a bucket with some water and I put it on the fire at first. Then I had to come back to get a hose, because the bucket can't work. You know how the fire would start to blaze, the bucket can't, so I had to get a hose. So as soon as I get back here, one of the guys was coming with a hose, so we just ran, hook it up. Two of the guys went on the roof, and they went back inside and tried to think that I could direct the guys out of the way to hit with the fire, But after the smoke started to pick up some more and get black, the guys tell me Mark Uncle did.
Another resident, Annie Lee Jones, said he climbed on a shed after securing a hose to tackle the blaze.
I was able to see the fire burning. It was looking like it would attack over the house, so I used a little bit of brain I got and went on top of the roof with the hose, started at the inside, wet it till we could get candle and started with. Everybody in the neighborhood come and help. That's the truth. It wasn't just me doing it alone.
Well, the blaze was already extinguished by the time fire officers responded to the report. Their heroic act was saluted. Sports time now. As promised, we're joined live in studio by Amory Burke. Good evening, Amory.
Good evening to Lisa, and good evening to our viewers as well. Good news in cricket, as the West Indies women beat Bangladesh women by 106 runs last evening to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in their 3-match T20 international series. Setting to bat at the Warner Park in St. Kitts, the regional women reached 201 for 6 from their 20 overs, as opener Kiana Joseph top scored with 63 from 36 balls. Joseph was supported by Deandra Dottin, who posted 49, assisted with 27 from captain Haley Matthews and 24 from Shabika Ganabi. Chasing 202 for victory, the Bangladeshi women were restricted to 95 for 9 in their allotted overs. Cheyenne Frazier, Afi Fletcher and Matthews all took 2 wickets apiece. The third and final match in the series will be played tomorrow again in St. Kitts from 6 p.m. Live coverage will be on MCTV's ESPN 308. Defending champions Ghana Harpy Eagles replying to Barbados Prize first innings total of 346 closed day 2 of their opening round match of the Cricket West Indies 4-day championship on 315 for 3. Playing at Providence ground, Kemal Savory is unbeaten on 95 and with him will be Kevlon Anderson on 87 when play resumes tomorrow. The prize wickets are shared between Jared McAllister, Shem Holder and Javid Leacock. Meanwhile, over at the Coolidge Cricket Ground in Antigua, Leeward Island Hurricanes in their second innings are 134 for 4 after posting 358 in their first innings. West Indies Academy were out for 145. Over at Arnottsville in St. Vincent, Jamaica Scorpions 337 and 72 for 1. Windward Island Volcanoes 195. And at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force 506 for 6 declared. Jason Mohammed made 176. Jaid Gooley 121. Combine campuses and colleges closed the day on 20 without loss. I'll take a break here and I'll return a little later with more sports. So back to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Looking forward to seeing that second half. But up next on Newsnight is the Business Report. Welcome stampers are investing in the Barbados economy. The revelation came from Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, as he gave a review of the island's economic performance for 2024. The top bank official said it is time to know the extent, and the bank intends to collaborate with tourism officials to look into the contribution welcome stampers are making.
I was doing a survey the other day, and so many of those welcome stampers have converted and bought homes and real estate and spending the economy and owning businesses. We were saying that we are going to team up with BTMI and what is to do a real analysis of the contribution that Welcome Star has made. It's phenomenal. You don't realize it. I was having a beverage with a friend the other day, and he works in London, he lives in London, but he said he just bought a home there on the West Coast. Another guy, so it may have tremendous, it might be 4,000 people, but the contribution is amazing.
Vodka is now on supermarket shelves in Barbados. It's Spitfire vodka from Independent Distillers Barbados and was launched at Jeremy's Town in St. James yesterday. Co-founder Peter Odell told specially invited guests Spitfire is just the beginning of a number of other initiatives already in the works.
You'll be seeing a lot of us. We are going to be out there. We're going to be promoting the product. It's a Barbadian product. When our distillery is up and running, and we are going to be doing some tours at a later date. We're going to be doing some functions and so forth at Kendall, and where we'll be doing having the exclusive use of our gin and our vodka and so forth. So, and that's, as I said, that's just the start. Thank you again, and just keep your eyes out, and I'll be looking up for you, and I'll be making sure that we can have our product all over Barbados in the shortest possible time.
During the launch ceremony, award-winning mixologist Damian Williams showed those present the flexibility of the new vodka.
That is going to pair very well with the citrus notes that I'm getting from the gin, and one of those citrus notes that I'm getting on my palate is grapefruit. So, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 ounce of my basil syrup, quarter ounce of melon liqueur, a teaspoon of pear essence.
Let's take a look now at how the stocks traded locally and regionally today.
In Jamaica, NCB Financial Group Limited with 9,023,372 units was the volume leader, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited and JMMB Group Limited 7.35% cumulative redeemable preference share. In Trinidad and Tobago, Massey Holdings Limited was the volume leader with 14,352 shares changing hands for a value of Trinidad and Tobago $56,690.40, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited. And here in Barbados, Banks Holdings Limited was the volume leader, trading 5,971 shares at Barbados $4.49 each, and they were followed by Epley Caribbean Property Fund, Development Fund, and Barbados Dairy Industries Limited.
And that's business. Weather is next. Time for a look at the weather. Carrie-Ann O'Neill joins us live in studio. Good evening, Carrie-Ann.
Good evening to you, Lisa, and good evening, everyone. The high-pressure system was our dominant feature today. As a result, we enjoyed mostly sunny skies. The winds across the region, they're moderate to brisk. They're peaking at 23 knots. The seas, they remain above normal. We do have a small craft advisory in effect. The maximum temperature today was 29 degrees Celsius, the minimum 25 degrees. At present, the temperature stands at 26 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity 74%. The winds are coming in from the east. We take a look now at some atmospheric conditions across the region, where the temperatures are ranging from 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. The humidity shows moisture is building over in Antigua as well as Trinidad, and those winds are generally moderate across the region. We take a look now at our satellite feed, where the high-pressure system was our dominant feature. We had mostly sunny skies. It was dry and stable here in Barbados. Only a few light showers from time to time. Meanwhile, the winds are peaking at 23 knots. Those seas, they are moderate in open water, with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We continue to urge small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. Now, later on tonight, the high-pressure system will continue to dominate. We are expecting partly cloudy skies along with just a few light showers. Further south, the high-pressure system was also the dominant feature there. They had just a few passing showers. Over now in the Western Caribbean, there is a shear line maintaining some showers across southern Bahamas. Elsewhere came under dry and stable conditions thanks to that rich pattern across the area. That's our first look at the weather. After the break, we'll have the forecast. Welcome back. In the forecast for tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 6:25 and will set at 5:59. The first high tide is expected at 5:30 in the morning and the first low at 11 in the morning. Now, those seas are moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. The winds are coming in from the east and they're peaking at 35 kilometers per hour. For us here in Barbados tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies along with just a few light showers. And over the next 3 days, fair to partly cloudy skies along with just a few showers can be expected.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Let's head back over to the sports studio where Anne-Marie is standing by for the second half in sports. Anne-Marie?
Yes, Lisa, I have some tennis news to start with. Fast-rising tennis sensation Xavier Lawrence will get the ball rolling for Team Barbados in the opening singles match of their Davis Cup tie, that is, against Colombia, which starts tomorrow. Lawrence is set to take on Colombia's #2 ranked player Nicolas Mejia in the first match, while Barbados' best player Darian King battles against Adira Soriano. The draw was officially conducted this morning in Colombia as Barbados seeks a promotion to World Group 1. Non-playing captain Damien Applewhite says the team will rely on their preparation against the higher-ranked opponents.
Columbia has a very strong team led by those two individuals.
This is crazy.
It's going to be a tall order, but we have to trust in our preparation. We came down 5 days early to get acclimatized to the conditions, and today is our last day of preparation, and the boys are feeling good. So all I can expect from them is to put their best foot forward, and we look forward to performing the best of our ability come tomorrow and on Saturday.
Upwey also expects a good challenge from Stephen Slocum, who will play in the doubles on Saturday.
Stephen's coming off a nice result in Jamaica, which is one of our prep tournaments 2 weeks ago. They got to the finals in that professional tournament. So we're hoping to draw on those experiences to carry us through against quite a strong Colombian doubles pair. One of which is ranked 51 in the world, the other one is ranked 136 in the world. So again, I echo that we are playing against a high-level team, but this is what we play for. We've earned our right to compete against players of this caliber.
Play will serve off tomorrow at 4 p.m. Barbados time. Blue host Falcons reign supreme once again to make it 10 in a row as champions of the Graydon Sealy Interhouse Sports Day at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Blue amassed 838 points, with Yellow House Tigers second with 517 and White House Sharks in third on 512.5 points. Fourth place was Orange House Pumas, Red House Lions were fifth, and sixth was Green House Hornets.
Graydon Sealy, the first secondary school out of the gates with their Interhouse Sports Day. Little Red could never stop this jam. 100 meters for the first form girls under 13s, who is the fastest between the raindrops. In the middle of the track is Diamond Foster of Blue House. She is under the pump from housemate Davisha Grandison of Blue and Shalik Small of Orange. Foster will grab the victory in the end, coming through in 15.25 seconds. Small is second and Grandison third. Only 5 entered for the equivalent. It was Even Stevens at the 50-meter mark, with Ranique Cole-Trotman of White House being urged from the stands to press on the accelerator. He says roger that and will step past them with about 5 meters left to take the win in 15.41 seconds. Kamani Ishmael of Yellow second and Desiree Belgrave of Red third. Under 15 girls, only 4 entries gracing the track. Halfway stage, we could see the winner already. It was Jarena Harry of Red House in lane 4. Has a date with destiny and holds off a fast finishing Kaylee Senhouse Gittins of White. 14.36 seconds the winning time. Cool conditions prevailing for the under 15 boys. Couple of lanes vacant. From the gun, the defending champions Blue House started to cook, and the chef is Jaheim Maynard. Sherry Licks in lane 4. Caleb Davis of Green had a sniff but will not taste success. Maynard wins in 13.19 seconds. Davis 13.49, and third went to Michael Williams of White. The sprinting continues with the under 17 girls. 5 athletes coming at you. Michaela Clark of Yellow showing good form, but class is class. Diamond Greenwich of Red had the top end speed and stops the clock in 13.71. Clark second, 13.85. Rebecca Cumberbatch of Yellow third. Blue House had 3 entries for the boys equivalent. Maximum points on offer. Focus on the middle of the track. Zacchaeus Greenwich and Daniel Murray in a ding-dong battle. Murray loses focus and Greenwich blows by. All smiles, 11.76 seconds, 12.09 for second place. And a long way back in third is Jeremiah Ford of Green. The big girls of the school now full field. Who can stop the Blue House Falcons? Apparently no one. Deja Ford in lane 4 says this is light work. 14.60 seconds. Destiny Howard of White second and Taisha Payne of Red third. Who wants the bragging rights for the rest of the term? The big boys out and gone. Lane 4, Kelvin Phillips of White House was licking his chops. The height advantage paying dividends, dusts them off. Potent indeed, 12.14 seconds. Graydon Sealy Sports Day 2025 over and out.
And thanks, Damien. And that's it for Sports Cecil. So back over to you.
Thanks, Anne-Marie, and we'll be back after this break. Well, that's our news for tonight. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.